How to stop getting distracted when trying to get things done. No one can stay on task 100% of the time, but being constantly distracted can pose a serious obstacle to getting things done. Distractions eat away at your time and cause unnecessary stress. However, if you're mindful of how you organize your time and work environment and prepare yourself to accomplish what needs doing, you can significantly limit your distractions. Learn about the habits and strategies you can develop to minimize your distractions at work, enhance your focus on the task at hand, and improve your overall ability to concentrate. Method 1: Minimizing distractions. 1. Identify the biggest culprits. The initial step towards staying on task is figuring out what is making you deviate from your work in the first place. Write down all the causes you can think of, from your office setup to your social media notifications, so that you know what needs to be addressed in order to get you back on track. Think about what exactly happens when you're distracted. It's likely that there are multiple culprits. For instance, it may be that you are drowsy due to lack of sleep or feel the need to constantly check your inbox and respond to emails. Maybe you spend 20 minutes searching for a file that you need or are regularly interrupted by visits from coworkers. 2. Find a place to be alone. If you really need to get something done, it's probably easiest to eliminate the chance of any social distractions. Find an empty office, classroom, conference room, or other quiet place to set up shop in. If you're able, working from home can also help give you the space you need to complete the task at hand. 3. Wear headphones. If you're frequently distracted by noises, music, or conversations, try wearing noise-canceling headphones so that you can tune them out. This is a great option for people who work in busy offices with open floor plans. If music helps you work, you can also listen to it with headphones to help tune out distractions. Just make sure that your soundtrack is motivating rather than distracting. For example, many people find that instrumentals are better than songs with lyrics since the words can divert your attention away from the task at hand. 4. Organize your workspace. Limit your desktop to only the things that are required for what you're immediately working on, so that there are no extraneous materials to distract you. If your workspace tends to be cluttered, take time to come up with an organizational system to keep it clear. For instance, you could create a filing system for papers and keep a tray for incoming work on your desk. 5. Work offline. These days, emails, websites, social networks, and cell phones account for the majority of disruptions and distractions. If you don't need to use the internet or a particular device for the task at hand, turn them off. If you can, put your phone on silent mode. Even if you have to keep it on most of time, consider carving out a phone-free hour or two each day in which you can completely focus on the task at hand. If your willpower is not up to snuff, get a little help from an app. Apps like Freedom, Antisocial, Cold Turkey, Self-Control, and Track Time will block you from using the internet or accessing specific sites for set amounts of time. Even if you need the internet for what you're doing, you can limit its potential distractions by keeping your email closed, only using as many windows or tabs as you require, and blocking those websites that are the biggest distractions for you, like Twitter or Facebook. 6. Limit the time you spend on email. Many of us rely on emails for important daily communications, but that doesn't mean that you need to see every email as soon as it arrives. Try to limit the number of times that you check your inbox throughout the day by scheduling set sessions to deal with emails. Even if your work requires you to regularly check your email or other forms of digital communications, you can still limit the time you spend attending to them. Schedule a set time each hour or two when you will check your email, and don't look at your inbox in between. If you can, it's also a good idea to turn off your message alerts. Keeping your inbox clear and well organized will also make it easier to manage and therefore less distracting from other tasks. Be sure to delete emails that you don't need and archive the ones you want to keep in clearly labeled folders. 7. Manage social interactions. It's great to chat with a fellow student or coworker during a break, but if people are constantly bombarding you, it can severely limit your productivity. Be proactive about informing people when you'd like to left alone. The easiest way to do this is to establish signals for when you're approachable and not. For instance, if you have an office, you could tell people that they are free to stop in when the door is open but not when the door is closed. If you're working in an open space or floor plan, you can tell people that you would not like to be interrupted when you have your headphones on. You can also encourage people to stay away from your workspace by taking away additional chairs that they could sit in or by standing up whenever someone interrupts you to silently communicate that they're distracting you from your work. Method 2. Focusing on the task at hand. 1. Set manageable goals. It will be easier to stay focused on what you need to accomplish if you take time to make a to-do list for each day or work session. For instance, your list might include handling correspondence, writing a client-facing report, working on an internal presentation, and arranging a meeting. If your to-do list isn't accomplishable in the time allotted, select the most important or high-priority tasks to focus on. For example, if your report is due to your client immediately, you should prioritize completing it over correspondence. 2. Break work up into small, achievable tasks. It can be daunting to face a huge project, which can lead to procrastination. It will seem much more manageable if you approach your work as a series of finite tasks. For instance, if you're planning an event, list all the individual tasks involved, from booking a venue to sending an invitation to arranging speakers. Prioritize them according to their time sensitivity, and tackle one thing at a time. This approach will help you see that you're making progress against a big goal while feeling the satisfaction of being able to check things off your list as accomplished. 3. Plan the most difficult work at your most productive time. Take time to notice when you feel most alert during the day and when you have the fewest outside distractions. Set aside those times to tackle the tasks that require the most concentration. For instance, if you're sharpest at the beginning of the day or have the fewest emails to attend to, do your hardest work then. Take on the tough tasks like drafting original case studies when you're on point and save daily correspondence for the end of the day. 4. Set deadlines. If you're not aware of how much time you're spending on a project, it can take more hours than it should. When you're starting a task, decide how long you'd like to devote to it, and try to stick to that limit. If you've got an ongoing project, consider dedicating a set amount of time to it each day but no more. For example, you might decide to work on it for the first 2 hours of your day and then move on to other things. 5. Create a reward system. If you're finding it difficult to motivate yourself, determine a reward that you will get if you accomplish a given task. It could be anything from going to a movie to getting yourself your favorite smoothie. Method 3. Improving your concentration. 1. Eat a good breakfast. Many people skip their first meal of the day, but eating a healthy breakfast can elevate your concentration and performance during the day. Opt for foods with protein and fiber, like yogurt, eggs, whole grain cereals, and nuts, to give yourself the best chance of maintaining your focus. 2. Stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration can negatively affect your mood, focus, and performance. Be sure to drink water regularly throughout the day, especially when you're consuming lots of diuretics, like caffeinated beverages. The average person should drink about 2 liters of water per day. An easy way to ensure that you're getting this amount is to carry a liter-sized water bottle with you throughout the day, and be sure to refill it once. 3. Take breaks. No one can maintain their attention for hours at a time. While constant distractions can cripple your productivity, regular diversions can actually help you recharge and stay on schedule. Avoid burnout by taking quick, frequent breaks. For instance, if you're going to be working on something for many hours, take a 10-minute break each hour to give yourself a chance to reactivate your concentration. It also helps to move around during your breaks to help recharge your body. 4. Get enough sleep. Being tired seriously undermines your concentration and performance. Try to give yourself at least 8 uninterrupted hours of shut-eye a night. Doing so will ensure that you're mentally and physically prepared for the tasks at hand. Try setting a sleep schedule to keep yourself on track. Going to bed and getting up at the same time each day will establish a healthy cycle that your body can depend on. If you have trouble getting to sleep, establish a relaxing ritual to ease yourself into it. For instance, you may spend time in dim light meditating, reading, or listening to relaxing music before bed. Whatever you do, it's best to make sure that it doesn't involve any lit screens, which can make it harder to fall asleep. Avoid things that will disrupt your sleep, like eating or drinking within 3 hours of your bedtime. It's also best to sleep in total darkness, or with an eye mask, and keep your devices away from your bed and in sleep mode. 5. Meditate and reflect. Short sessions of meditation and mindful reflection can significantly improve your concentration. Taking time out to perform these exercises is likely to save you time in the long run. To practice simple meditation, relax and sit still while you focus on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, and exhale slowly out of your mouth. With each exhalation, imagine that you are expelling stress and tension from your body. Meditating for as little as 5-15 minutes a day can make a difference. Consider taking a few minutes at the end of your work to reflect on what you've accomplished, and make a list of the things that you'd like to focus on the next day. This can help you leave your work behind so that you're better able to give your full concentration to it during your next work session. Tips: try to stick to a routine. Keep doing what needs to be done day after day at the same time and it will become automatic. If you play music while doing an assignment or task, try music in a language you don't understand. That way, you won't get caught up in the lyrics. If there is a certain object distracting you, phone, toy, etc., keep it in different room while you complete the task.